Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here, Signature Esports, and a pleasure to have you live and in charge. So, countdown to great action here, presented by Lunatic Designs. King of Lunatic, giving you all the action each and every week when it comes to, well, just pretty much everything that we do, because, well, the guy is pretty fantastic. Exclamation point Lunatic in the chat if you want to be able to see what he's got going on, especially when it comes to graphic design for the next, well, basically everything that you can see, everything you got going on. We're going to have a big old fun dang old day. We're going to see all these drivers out here putting up some excellent times, and we're going to be running some awesome racing. We are going to crown a regular season champion today as well. It is the final race of the regular season for the Chop Cup Series presented by Chopp'N podcast. It is all about Autoclub. And here's what we're doing. 112 laps. Stage lap's going to be completion of lap 30. 4 sets of tires. No fast repair. All stats, PNV Music Advent box all on board with the Chop Racing fam. Stay tuned. Sports give you some pole sitter, but track racer weather report shows 87 degrees on the track temperature, 84 on the air temperature, 24% humidity, partly cloudy skies with an 11-mile-an-hour wind. All the bonus points are up for grabs. All the bonus points. I mean, you're going to need it. I'm telling you, it's going to be insane. Here's your points tonight. Stryker leads 18 points over Nathan Bigard. 3 wins for Michael Strickland in this series. Nathan has the most wins and the most stage wins, but definitely needs to have a big. Well, he actually think he just got that pole point, so he's going to need 18 points over Strickland, which means that Stryker needs to finish inside the top 8 and lead a lap and negate some points, maybe even find himself there. Let's see. When it comes to the cutoff line, Jeremy Bailey.
Mascarella Motorsports sent 100 bits.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate you for the 100 biddies. Colby, thank you for the like. I appreciate you, sir. Jeremy Bailey, Cam Dario, right there on that cutoff line. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it fares out. But our big focus tonight is going to be the driver who nails it, and it's going to be really for that regular season championship. Nathan Bigart is going to be your Stay Tuned Sports pole sitter. Stay Tuned Sports on board, not only with Chop Shop, but also puts up a heck of a podcast that talks about everything sports related. So make sure you check them out on YouTube, and you can find their podcast on Spotify. Similarly, with the Chopp'N podcast, you can get out there and watch them and get to know a lot of these fine folks, and it's pretty darn awesome. Chris Justice is going to be your outside pole sitter. Pat Green, David Aran going to make up row number 2. Brandon Banks, Michael Caffrey, row number 3. Michael Strickland, John Hammond, row number 4. Brock Duty, Mark Wretched, row number 5. Derek Wegman is going to be out there with Jerry Culver, row number 6. Row 7 will be Adam Dama, David Steiner. Clint Hackett, Anthony Crownover going to be out there at row number 8. Robert Church, Brian Fine, row number 9. Michael Matta, Mike D. Mueller in row 10. We're going to see Jeff Laraway out there with Craig Bridge in row 11. Row 13 will be the man behind Stay Tuned Sports, Mr. Jimbo Casterline himself. He's going to have Brian Rayburn to his outside there in row number 12. Row 13, Fred Chase, Brad Dove, Tony Sanders out there as well as the drivers get ready to do the thing. Penguin's your race controller tonight. So much love to Penguin. We'll get with chat here in just a moment, which we always appreciate. A couple of driver camps tonight, 5 of them in total, which we absolutely love and appreciate. That those are presented by Chop Racing each and every week. There's Dama himself. He is ready to rock and roll. A lot of drivers just getting comfortable here. Top 5 from last week will drop to the tail of the field. This will be the final week for that. As you'll see Chris Justice, he's 130 beats per minute. Man, it's going to be insane. Alex, thank you for the like, sir. Gotta love little football fans. Eagles out there getting some love. And last but not least, there's Clint Hackett, ready to rock and roll as it would be. So we're going to get ready as Nathan Big Arts will lead them around. And he's driving a Ford this week. I don't know how I feel about that, but, you know, why not? David Durant, Pat Green, John Hammond. I see Hammond out there in that big old Tide machine. Hard to miss that car. This is one of the things the driver's going to have to deal with that is kind of insane. Is that right there? That sun getting into turn 3 is pretty. It's pretty ridiculous. Pretty dang old ridiculous. But you know what? It'll be all right, Jimbo. Tail to the field here. Hey, the big art ready to go. Pace car is going to dive in. Mr. Van Ness, thank you for the like, sir. Appreciate you. As we get ready to do the thing. Do the thing up, mommy. Do your thing. Yeah, I can't do too much. Hello, Budgie. Hello, chat. She says hello, Penguin as well. But we're green.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah. That's good. We don't want to get too much out of it. All right, green flag as we go. Let's do the thing. Autoclub, be a jumpy for me here. Big R, David Durand, Pat Green, in third, Mark Wretched. Up a couple of spots here. We'll see how this one will fare out. We'll see Mark Wretched on the bottom side, Jefferson City native. Hammond up on the outside lane. Michael Strickland rolling. The purple for. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate you out there on Twitch. Thank you, folks. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Let's see. Thank you for the follow. Big chop for it. Big Muscarella Motorsports. Thank you very much. They all sponsor Signature Esports, which would we get a caution to see that logo. Zuzu, what's going on? Good to see you. Dead Roses, how you doing? That's Nicole Muscarella out there. Much love to you, dear. I hope you're having a wonderful night. We thank everybody. Mike M, Mr. Bueller, saying big old race time. We love to see it. So thank you very much for live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Let's go striker for Mr. Van Nest. Mr. Van Nest, he is looking to try to. He is trying to, do the thing. Try to win a regular season championship, which carries some bonus points into the playoffs, which begin next week at Watkins Glen. Brian Fine, fastest lap of the race so far, 40:52. Let's go, Dove. I like it. Everybody root for Dove. Take it over the field here. He started 26. That's where he's running right now. Jimbo back here as well. Let's see what Jimbo's got going on board.
I'm already working.
You're already working. What'd you do?
I'm already working.
I like Jimbo's car. It's got just enough gold. Out of the lead, it heats up. Mueller just ran the fastest lap of the race. Mueller. 40:38 sunsets as the sun sets. Track, visibility is going to be a little worse, but lap times over the course of the transition from daytime to nighttime will peak, and lap times will get a little bit faster. Matta drops into the bottom side. Tony Sanders on the very bottom. Matta, hold on. Here it is, 94 to the big run. It's Fred Chase there. Dancing at 200 big old dang old stars. Thank you for the like as well, sir. Appreciate you very much.
Dander Paolo sent 200 stars.
200 stars. And a like. Thank you, sir. Tony Sanders, 40:36. Big run, Brock Duty, a little free on the bottom side. They're going to get into each other, up into the 16 and the 14. Chris Justice. We'll see a caution here. Jimbo able to miss. Woo. Man, Tony Sanders just ran the fastest lap of the race. Had a massive run there. Oy. Let's back up here just a touch. Take a look and see what happened here. I think he just got a little free. Watch the arrow push here. Oh, the 9 got free first. Hold on. This might be a little challenge. Tony out of the corner. 9 gets free. Tony goes up, but gets free himself. Bam, right in front of the 16. Yeesh. Yeesh. Here's what happened to Chris Justice here. And whammo. Oh, I hate that for Chris. Troutman Auto Care on board with Chris Justice. They are supposed to sponsor our 6 hours at Daytona, which we're going to be doing a little bit of work with this weekend. If you want to join that, it's max of 3 drivers, minimum of 2 drivers for team racing there on our... Whoop. Tony Sanders trying to stop there, gets to the back of Jim. Spins Jim around. He didn't do nothing. Oh, man. He slows up. Tony, oh no. Dang it. Stay tuned, sports. He had to jump to pit road. He's got a destroyed engine as well. Sorry about the things that are on the screen there, folks. Big Archie race leader, first caution of the race. And that is, of course, presented by Musqueira Motorsports. They not only sponsored me, but they have a lot of things going on out there that you need to check out their website for, especially when it comes to merch and all kinds of stuff like that. They've built up a fine chance for you to get out there, one, to join some teams and join folks that truly do enjoy not only racing, but enjoy the motorsports side of things. So make sure you check them out. Laskowski Racing. What's up, brother? Give us a big old dang old thumbs up. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you for the like. Man, oh man. Chop Shop has a truck series starting April 29th. That's going to be Daytona Week 1. You want to be able to be a part of that. Make sure that you go and you check out the dang old Discord for Chop Shop. Discord.gg/Chop Shop Racing. That is the way that you're going to be able to get out there and, be a part of this series. The truck series, probably outside of the iRacing Coca-Cola series, probably one of the most popular Tuesday night series that I know that is out there. Not just because it's on our platform, but just because it has always been incredible racing, and you see it. So, Chop Shop, their premier series is, of course, this one right here. Let's go, Dove from Musqueira Motorsports. Appreciate you. We'll see those guys give a little bit of extra love here. So yeah, Rucci drivers on. I think Brad Dove joined the Musqueira Motorsports team here recently, so hopefully he finds a home, gets to be comfortable and takes his time. You know what I mean? I want to say one thing real quick. There's a birthday in the house, and it's a pretty awesome birthday. And it's not penguins, I promise.
Everybody was thinking.
Yeah, no, it's my oldest son, Austin. He turned 23 today, and I'm pretty proud of him. So I want to wish him a happy birthday. And Jess is up cooking the birthday fried chicken for the fam, and got a banana, the banana cream vanilla wafer cake or pie or whatever you want to call it. She made one of those for him. And so he's going to celebrate his birthday at the house here. He moved out just a little while ago, and it's nice to see your kids, right? Just saying. Happy birthday to Austin. Green flag, back at it. 0151905588. I'm proud of that kid. I'm telling you, more than you'll ever know. Where is the biggest mover? Fred Chase at 9 spots. Let's go, Fred. Chris Justice, I think he was able to get the car worked on there, so we'll see if he'll be able to manage. He's going to have to get himself out from behind all of this. With Brian Rayburn up on the outside lane. 5 spots gained for the Gravedigger machine. It'll be forward now as Chris Justice tries to work his way back forward. That top 5 inverted. That makes for a rough day. You know what I mean? But David Steiner, little battle there. Will be there to the outside of Michael Strickland. This is was to the outside of Michael Strickland's going to fall back just a little bit. I think Stryker's trying to make a pass there. We'll see Anthony Crown over 3 wide here with Jerry Culver on the outside, 88 into the wall. That's one thing that Stryker's good at this racetrack. Get a little wall tappity tap tap. He's down to the bottom though. John Hammond a 4th. Stage lap completion of lap 30. We're completing lap 11. 10 laps down. Only 20 more to go before we know that kind of thing. How about Adam Dama? The Dama Llama getting some good love out there. Fastest lap of the race last time by 40:35. was the double man. Go, Clint Hackett up into the wall. Everybody avoids. They're good. Everybody's fine. Clint holding on to it. He might have that right front broken there. See if he can make it down pit road. And see if it needs to be fair. He's just going to get back up to speed. I'm trying to look at his car here. Doesn't look like the toe link is broken, so maybe just manage. Try to keep himself on the lead lap. Church just ran the fastest lap of the race, 40:31. So, yeah. But everybody doing the thing, man. Doing the thing. Here's Tama back at it again. We'll go back to it. Give some look. Tim Durant in second, Pat Green in third, John Hammond in fourth, Michael Strickland in fifth. All the things. Here's the leeway rolling. Go back to it. Yeah, back to the main. Oh, house chat. Let's see. Happy birthday. Let's go, Dub and Strickland from Laskowski Virtual Racing. Appreciate you, Dan Apollo with an oh no. Brian Raker, thank you for the like. He is liked every stream everywhere. Didn't change the number color. It's all good, man. It's 01. It's all right. It's pink. We got you. We got you. Thank you, everybody. Well, happy birthday to Austin out there, of course. From the loveliest. Let's go. Let's go. How's everybody doing? How is chat? How was chat? You know what I mean? Nate's good. But he's under fire right now. Pat Green on the move. Bottom side, David Arant 3 wide here. Not only for the lead, we funnel out here, but the 88's in tow. So 2 by 2 as the 01 tries to control the race line here. 14 of 112. Anthony Crownover just ran his fastest lap of the race at 40:37. Seen a little bit of the dang old Brian Fine up high. The Mac trucking on board. Roadblocks on board. Strickland here. Pat Green trying to make something happen. Ooh, Green all the way down in front of David Arand there. 5-7 to the back bumper of the 88. A regular season championship at bay here. Again, the bonus points for not only just being the stage winner, but being able to need those points. And Stryker, he's cooking for a championship. He wants one. He wants it fat. He wants it bad. 88 inside, drops down 01. We'll see Brian Fine up high. Stryker trying to negate the point here. Stryker up the race line. Big Art leads that lap. Right now, 3 wide for Strickland as Big Art takes back over to the lead. And try to hold off the drivers. David Arand, very bottom side of the racetrack. Big Art trying to control the race line. 5-7 to the back bumper. Nathan in the 01. Brian Fine in the 5-7, second lane. Again, this is where this it's so tough to pass here. Big Art is going to egg shape the corner. And right now, Big Art's going to take back over the lead. Able to defend the line. He's able to run high and run the second lane on exit. But right now, everybody's trying to make the pass on him. We'll see who's going to be able to do anything here. 5-7 up out of the corner. Needs to slide up now. Oh, somebody on the wall. Pat Green. He's good. Green still. 5-7 to the 01. 88 the 5-1 side by side. Brian Fine needs to slide the corner here. Carry some momentum. Here comes David Arand up on the outside of Michael Strickland. Stryker up and out. Big Art trying to make it happen. Brian Fine leads this lap. As Big Art tries to get to the outside, he's going to muscle his way there. 5-1 down to the bottom side. David Durand trying to take over the lead. David Durand will be able to run the corner. And he's got a good line out of the corner. 01, big run right to the back bumper. Huge hit for Nathan Big Art. Actually dents the front bumper. He hit him so hard. And now the 5-1 up into the wall. The Let's go, Dama. Brian, thank you very much. Somebody did something. Oh, McGee, thank you very much. 5-1 to the inside. Big Art trying to hold on. I'm telling you, he's got some nose damage. He hit David Durand with a ton of force. 5-7, 5-1, 0-1, 88. Strickland trying to wall tap for the 0-1. John Hammond in fifth. 1.2, letting him duke it out. There's a big, huge, there's Dallin there on the bottom. The big, huge run of drivers that are playing catch up here again. Tires are everything. Tony Sanders leaving pit road. Mueller up 9. Fred Chase is up 16. Churchy's going to be up 10. And there's Brandon Banks. He started fifth, had to go to the tail of the field again. Out there for a win here. He's having coughing fits. You have those coughing fits, sir. Cough your Evan Lovin's nosberries out, sir. Mr. RB, thank you for the like, sir. I appreciate you. Yeah, you did. Oh, I know it's almost somebody else's birthday. I know. David Duran trying to close back in, 21-112. Stryker to Nathan Big Art. Trying to keep those spots at bay. Here's Mark Wretched just behind Brandon Banks. Church doing very well here, but Fred Chase is continuing to hold on. Nothing fancy, he says, of the 94. 40 and the 94 side by side. 94 trying to travel the outside lane. It's going to run up near the wall. Banks gives a little extra room. Church just ahead. And John Hammond inside the top 5. Big Arts still with a little bit of nose damage. That splitter is not sucked to the bottom side of that car. It's not hugging the racetrack. There's a lot of aero underneath that car. He's still holding on to it. Little net code wall tap for the 01. 88 in tow. Keeping our eye on the prize just ahead. Durand on the bottom side of Brian Fine. We'll try to chase him back down. The guards. Seen him roll. Good braking for Strickland. Watch the runoff for Strickland here. Gonna have a run back to the 01. Just trying to save the tire a little bit here. Keep that car at bay. Brian Fine able to hold off David Rand. Outside lane's going to be able to prevail here for the time being. 5-1 to the second lane. Nathan Bigard has closed in a 10th. It's the 5-1 to the 5-7. Side draft on the front straightaway. David Durand there on the inside. Brian Fine trying to deliver. 36.88 for the 5-7. David to the bottom. Trying to carry all the way to the bottom. Gonna not be clear. 5-7 looked to try to make a crossover there, which made David Durand make a little bit of a mistake. And Big Art and Strickland now have closed back down on the distance. 5-7 up the race line. 5-1 in tow. And now the top 5, now within a blanket again. Five-one, stretching. Trying to push up out of the corner. David Durand up near the wall. Might actually have a run back to the back bumper of the 5-7 again. Wall tap for David Steiner back here. Steiner leading the second group of drivers. Wall tap for the 77 of Caffrey. He's going to have Brad Dove just behind him. Brian Rayburn there as well. Dove up 10 spots. Got to be comfortable on the racetrack. Churchy up 10 as well behind Steiner. Steiner 2.5 and closing. Strickland to Nathan Big Art. This is a battle of attrition for these two drivers. As Stryker looks to roll, trying to get back into the throttle here. Will be there to the outside of the 01. 88 with a run back to the back bumper of the 01 again. There's Tony Sanders able to get the car fixed. About 10 minutes of repairs. That's what he is. He's going to be right there in front of the leaders. David Durand leads the outside lane. Brian Fine trying to close back in, but David Durand might be able to try to pull away here. We'll see how the speed connects. Big Arts to the outside. Brian Fine working. Big Arts to Brian Fine. Dirty air. Strickland tries to carry him the corner. He's going to work really high here up in that third lane. 88 right back to the back bumper of the 01. Going to give him a good shot down the back straightaway. Larry, thank you for the like, sir. Appreciate you. Brian Fine back to fourth. Big Art trying to carry the corner. How that car's even able to turn, it's unreal. A 1 to the inside. Oh! Runs them high. David Durand is going to run right back up the corner here. It's a 5-1. Trying to carry the corner. Oh, man. Somebody in the wall back here. Mark Wretched. David Durand, quarter second. 5-1 now, the 88 of Strickland to the inside. David Durand will be 2 to go here. As Michael Strickland trying to carry the corner. Top 5 still within a blanket. David Durand backing up the corner. Drives there. Brian Fine backing up the corner as well. Here comes John Hammond. Hammond right back to the bumper again. Hammond closing in. David Steiner holding on from Church, and then there's Fred Chase back there as well. David Durand up high. Nathan Bigard trying to send the corner here. He's going to come up and try to side draft the 88 back to the outside. 01 is going to get into him. He gets into Brian Fine. Now Strickland trying to hold on. This is your white flag lap for the stage. Michael Strickland out of the corner. Little wall tap, has the 5-1 there. Strickland was there. David Durand closed the door. John Hammond with an opportunity now. Michael Strickland trying to get stage points out of all of this. Have more stage points than Nathan Bigart. Out of the corner. Brian Fine, John Hammond. And David Durand's going to be your stage winner. It'll be Michael Strickland, John Hammond, Brian Fine, Nathan Bigart. As your top 10 have crossed the line, Brandon Banks will be your 10th place finisher. Mike Mueller, Adam Dama all the way through 12th. So it'll be David Durand, Michael Strickland, John Hammond, Brian Fine, Nathan Bigart, David Steiner, Robert Church, Fred Chase up 17, Jerry Culver up 3, Brandon Banks, then Mike Mueller, Adam Dama, your top 12. David Durand carrying some points forward, but Michael Strickland getting 3 extra points over Nathan Bigart. That's a good stage. I mean, for a regular season champion, that's what you need. That's what you have to do, right? You have to do it. You have to do it. All right, they're going to go to pit road. We're going to chill out and take a break and let these drivers figure out what they're going to do. And I'm going to grab my dinner. Be right back. All right, the race off pit road is won by David Duran, John Hammond, Michael Strickland, Brian Fine, Robert Church will be your top 5 now. Nathan Bigart back to 18th. I think you spent a little extra time getting the nose worked on with the car. He did have a big old dent, so maybe a chance for him to get some redemption here as far as a win would be. Larry says, Stryker, Church, Hammond, Culver. I like it. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate you. Well, that was fun. Well, I tell you what, Jim, that was as unfortunate for you as it could be. I was like, you didn't do anything there. They should have left you alone. But those things happen. They do happen. I agree, Budgie. I agree. I concur. And thank you, everybody, for being out there. Richard Bertos, part of the PRS Setups Hangout crew. They do some great things. We'll be lights off on the pace car this time. Bye. He's got a driving academy that you can join by going to prsetups.com and signing up for it. I know that's one of their major focuses right now. So go check him out. Learn a thing or two from a driver who has been doing it. Or join yourself a league like Chop Shop. Just saying. All right, here we go. David Duran's going to be on the outside lane, Stryker on the inside lane. Brian Fine, John Hammond. Same concept here. When Jess makes fried chicken, I can't avoid the fried chicken. I'm just saying. Oh, Dove getting some love. Dove needs a very comfortable race. He's been getting into a lot of things lately, and if it's not him getting into somebody, somebody's getting into him. So he just needs to be comfortable and take it easy. Pace car's in. It'll be David Duran firing off first. Mr. Dudley, where's that roll tide for me, sir? Green flag. A great restart. Right at Banks. Right up there in tow. Banks up here. He's just here for wins. That's all he's here for. He's not eligible for the playoffs in this series. And due to that for the championship in the last series. But definitely squaring up. There's the roll tide for Mr. Dudley. David Duran to Brian Fine. Brian Fine trying to take back over that lead. Brandon Banks to Strickland, side-by-side racing. Stryker's just going to take it easy here. Again, saving the tires here has worked out for John Hammond and Michael Strickland very well. David Duran able to hold on to the pace. And they had roughly, they had 30 lap runs. So the tires were actually everything that they needed them to be. And they lasted quite a while. One thing I will say is that as the drivers progress forward, there'll be more opportunity to see how long these tires are going to last, especially as we get into the nighttime sky. And the track change will be different. There's Brandon Banks ahead of Michael Strickland. David Steiner back to 8th. He's got Dama there to the inside. Adam got a good push here. Nathan Bigart behind Brad Dove. Dove on the bottom side. Bigart up on the outside lane. He's going to use that second lane crossover again. This is what I was talking about earlier. He enters high and exits low. He'll take the outside lane from Dove. Dove just got to be comfortable. That's what he's got to do. Wall scrape for somebody. It was Mr. Caffrey got to the wall just a touch there. Mike Mueller up 10. 17 spots gained for Brian Fine. Again, Fine trying to outrun the drivers. David Duran to the inside. Ooh, a little wiggle out of David Duran. 5-1, 5-7. Door to door here. David Durand will lead. Brandon Banks, second, third, now fourth lane up to the wall tap for the 5-1. 40 might be looking here. Dom a little free, but he's good. Brandon Banks looking to the inside. Opportunity. Whoop, baby. 5-1 down to the nose. Baji gifted her 111th sub. Thank you, dear. Gifted a sub to that purple. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Welcome to Warrior Nation. David Durand trying to hold off a couple of drivers. I think he thought twice there for a little bit. Brandon Banks be able to run that second lane. Brian Fine might actually be able to have the drive off here to clear. Not quite. 5-1 back to the outside lane. It's interesting. 5-1 searching. Brian Fine clears. Or did he clear by too much? We'll see. As the run will come for the 5-1. And David Durand will lead that lap again. All the way to the bottom side. I don't know if that was netcode here. He's got a wiggle going on with the car. Brian Fine will do the same thing. David Durand up and out. Dumps the dirty air. Brian Fine with a run. And this is how the lead has been swapping back and forth here for a hot minute. Craig Bridge Jr. is back here. He's got the number 3, 27 Anthony Crownover, door to door with him. See a little Team Bridge 27 slides up just a touch. Anthony Crownover 39.90 on the iRating working. Gifted sub from the purple. Thank you very much. Zone 15. Getting the gifted. Welcome aboard. Thank you for your first gifted sub. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Let's go. Strickland just ran his fastest lap of the race, a 40.34. John Hammond solid behind him, 40.46. Michael Caffrey just ran his fastest lap as well, 40.32. Culver, 40.31. So these drivers get a little bit faster. How about Milwaukee tools? That's who the tools I use every day at work. Milwaukee brand tools. David Durand all the way to the bottom to break the draft. 5-7 there to the back bumper of the 5-1 again. And a look into the corner. 40. Good run here, as it would be. Larry, thank you for sharing the stream. I appreciate you, sir. It's always a good time. Regular season championship coming to a close. Brandon Banks in tow. Michael Strickland, John Hammond. Oh, baby. Caution's going to come out. It hits. Crown over. Craig Bridge Jr., Brian Rayburn. And dang it. Oh, baby. Craig Bridge Jr. had Brad Dove on the inside lane here. Dove up out of the corner, gets into the 3 and the 94. Anthony Crownover gets a piece of it as well. So Brad Dove thought he was going to be higher. But Craig Bridge Jr. had a little wiggle out of the corner. Just a small one. There's a 94 Fred Chase with a run on the outside, right? And right about, if I go here and I do this and, you know, we do the telestrate. Let's telestrate for all of you. This corner right there is going to exit out, right? Dove's looking to go here. He thinks this driver's going to be right along that wall when they exit. So if we go quarter speed here, Craig Bridge Jr., depending on his settings, may have not had the all clear just yet. Seeing the run the 94 is going to get, looked like he was working his way to it, but then Brad Dove gets into it, and that's how it goes, Cotton. Three of the 27, Fred Chase gets taken out a little bit, and Rayburn right here on the bottom. Ooh, I mean, I mean, almost pancaked the inside wall. 3, still trying to hold on to it there. Best thing to do is to not throttle it back up, is to, 1, hit the brakes and your clutch. It helps it helps ensure that you don't get any, you try not to get any engine damage out of it. All right, David Durand, Brandon Banks, Anthony Crownover, Craig Bridge Jr., all there. Brian Fine came to pit road, so he took, I don't know if he took right sides, but he took gas for sure. Brad Dove, same concept. He came in. Red Chase is coming out. Get a little bit of damage worked on. Brian Rayburn came out, and he looks to be all right. Just checking the car out, so we'll see if he took any of those dang old tires, as it would be. Thank you for the clip, Budgie. You're amazing. I appreciate you. How is chat? Let's go back. I asked that question. You know. All the things. And Penguin is having a coughing fit. But he's okay. Hopefully he's good. Hopefully he's good. We've had a day. Definitely had a day. Good for Budgie. Thank you, dear. I appreciate you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Brandon Banks. David Durand. Lights going to be off of the pace car. We're going to go back to some racing. As we hit lap 45 again. Third caution. 2 for incident, 1 for stage. These things, they do matter. Thank you all for the likes out there on YouTube. I see you. I see you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that very much. Green flag. Choking up on my dinner there. Sorry. Green flag here. David Durand, John Hammond, Brandon Banks, your top 3. John Hammond looking to the outside. Oh, baby. Culver backs up the field. Something happened to Jerry there. And, oh, man, Michael Caffrey wrapped up. Wegman. Brad Dove again. Ethan Big Arch. We'll see it back-to-back cautions. See what happened here. It was David Steiner to the inside of Jerry Culver. Let's take a look here. Oh. It looked like netcode, but it was saved. Oh, the 01 missed. 9, the 7 involved. 29, the 25, the 71. A lot of drivers involved in that one. Just when it lands in your lap, there's nothing you can do about it. I know, Budgie. I know. There you go. There's some polls out there for all of you. I appreciate it. We're gonna put a poll. We're gonna do one up there for Facebook too. It's my how you doing poll. How you doing? All right. There you go. Everybody's got it. Do your thing. Do your thing. We got polls everywhere. Polls for days. Oh yeah. Okay. Hopefully it was. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. Oh man. David Durant, Brandon Banks, Michael Strickland, John Hammond. Actually, I think John Hammond will have the inside here. Yeah, Stryker will have the outside. So, opportunity. Vote your polls. Get yourselves all those likes. And, you know, do the thing, folks. Do the thing. Jimbo says, I know real life is a lot different, but I don't know how real life drivers can fight other drivers. You're mad when he said, I was mad when my race ended and wanted to curse him out, but instead I asked why he did it and understood. You know, and that's something that I wish that younger drivers in NASCAR, i.e. probably the number one that I would say is Carson Hocevar, would understand. If you could take if somebody's irritated at you or you want to say something, you know, I don't know that Tony didn't mean to. You know, he was probably having a hard time braking. He came in a little hotter. And, you know, you hate to see it. I hate to see that happen. But at least you can understand why it happened. And that's the same concept that I think that it just comes with experience, right? Regardless of your I rating, I think maturity has a lot to do with it as well. You know, a lot of drivers get mad. Racing's racing. This may be fake cars, but this is real racing. David Durant gets the green flag. He's gone. 51 to 112. I get it. I understand completely. It's tough because these drivers go around. You have to manage the car. You have to manage yourself, and you have to just make sure that you're taking care of business. You know what I mean? 40 to the 5-1, 40 to the bottom side. Brandon Banks now with an opportunity to try to make the pass. Brandon Banks up and out, 5-1, right back to the back bumper. And we'll see if they're going to run bumper to bumper here. Bump draft down the front straightaway, or as close as you can get in these cars without making somebody feel, extraordinary. David Durant will see the 40 back up the corner, 5-1, door to door with him, back straightaway. We'll see the 40 at the advantage. That outside lane is the advantage for the most part. Strickland, John Hammond, Chris Justice has worked his way back up. He had some right side damage. He had to come through and have a little bit of adversity, but he is rolling. He is rolling. There he goes. 141. He's at a brisk jog right now. Let's get it. It's any higher than that, and you know, we'll see how it works. There's Malenko gaming out there. 5-5 to the back bumper of the 88. Chris Justice back to the inside. Brandon Banks will have David Durant rolling. Chris Justice trying to get down the move here. all the way to the dang old bottom side. 41-1, fastest lap of the race. So 41-1. Justice trying to do something here. Ryan Rayburn came in on 48. Ryan Dobbin on 48 as well. Caffrey on 48. Mark Reginald on 48. John Hammond, you see, up into that corner. Trying to do what he can right there right there with him. And a good race so far. Jimbo, it's a great conversation, you know, and I do wish we could see more out of that kind of role with drivers. Brandon Banks, David Durand, Strickland again up on the outside lane. 14 trying to pull up and clear. 14 free. 88 little wiggle out on the outside lane. But Chris Justice over rotates the bottom side of the racetrack. Is going to lose a couple of spots here. Nathan Bigart back to the inside. 40-30 just ran his fastest lap of the race. And as the nighttime happens, the track temperature cools, the cars get faster, the tires have more grip, and we're going to start seeing probably the bottom side of this racetrack get a little bit faster. Brandon Banks at 40-37 the last time by. David Durand keeping himself honest on the back bumper. The aero package on these cars are massive. Strickland with John Hammond side by side. Stryker right back into the corner. John Hammond putting it to the other end. I tell you what, that's number one and number two in the league when it comes to ownership and details. And he's doing a bang-up job right now. Stryker holding on to what he has. Just has to finish. You know, he needs to not have a bad race, if that makes sense. 14 back to the outside. 5 there as well. Church inside the top 5, up 12. Ooh, wall tap. David Durand back to the outside of the 40. Side draft for the 2 leaders. Culver able to leave pit lane. Jerry has some right side damage. Needing to keep it rolling. 40 crosses back over. Now trying to extend. John Hammond right behind these two, looking on, saying, keep fighting, I'm catching you. Durand, very bottom side of the racetrack. Almost a straight line drive into the corner. This is gonna be advantage Banks on exit. And you're gonna see why in just a second. He's there. Durand, little wiggle out of the car. Oh, they get into each other. Oh, baby. Brandon Banks holds on to it. David Durand dropping back here. They ran each other tight. They're 3 wide again. John Hammond, your race leader now. That's how quick the cookie can crumble. Let's go. They were trying to side draft each other. They were trying to get as close as they could. David Durand now's got some, gonna have to march forward. Brandon Banks has Brian Fine. There's Crownover all the way to the bottom. They're 3 wide. Banks with some right side damage. Chris Justice there as well. I tell you what, they kept it green. What a save by the drivers. Sheesh. Here's how it happened. Oh, baby. Go far and chase real quick. He had a run. He had it there. He was trying to side draft. Look at that side draft. Look at that. Oh, just a little bobble. That'd have been some good racing. But I tell you what, David Durand able to hold on to it as well. Nice. Good job. How about John Hammond out front? Michael Strickland in second. Robert Church in third. Brian Fines in fourth. Bigart has rolled it back forward. Brandon Banks just behind him. Anthony Crownover up 9. Fred Chase to get up 15. Some good racing right now. Strickland to Church. Anthony Crownover trying to work on the inside. 0-1 down to the 27. 40 in tow. 40's going to have the drive off again. 40 right back to the back bumper. And now Crownover kind of in a sucker hole here because that outside lane, you see where everybody else is on this racetrack. They're all running the outside lane. It's massive. 0140. Drivers push up. There's Clint Hackett up there as well. How about we do it again? How about we do 3 wide? Let's do 3 wide. 40, 28 up high. Clint Hackett up 9. John Hammond out front. Michael Strickland in second. 5-7 on the bottom side. Church way up the racetrack. There we'll have a run on the 88. Oh, baby. 5-7 crosses over the 5. Somebody back here off the track. There's Mark Russian. There's Caffrey. There's Brad Dubb. Mike Mueller. Rayburn. Dama. That was Dama. Dama's in 13th. Dama's having a great night. Just saying. Ryan Fine trying to work on Church. Big Art back to the inside. Brandon Banks. See the 5-1 roll to the inside here. How about the 94 Fred Chase having a phenomenal night as John Hammond trying to maximize the corner. Big Art to Church. Church trying to hold on to it. Now Big Art making it happen. Jerry Culver. You see the leaders go around on the outside lane. Big Art will send it into that second lane. 3 wide here. Brian Fine. See the 01 door to door. Brian, I tell you what, Brian's was trying to work his way back down to be able to try to make some ground here. There he goes. There to the inside, Brian Fine. Outside lane, Chevrolets. Brian Fine trying to maximize the corner. 1 into the 5. 27's going to get freed up. That'll be a caution. Crown over into Clint Hackett. Nathan Big Art gets into the door of Robert Church there, which checks up what's happening there. Watch the corner. Let's see how this checks up the race line. Now, the 5 is doing exactly what the 01 was doing before. Let's check on Anthony Crown over here. And the 01 comes up. 27 had a little contact with the 28. They got a little bit free. It was a separate incident, but man, I thought it was because they had to check up there. Nope, that's not the case. They're fine. They'll be good. Little damage. How about everybody coming to pit road? How about John Hammond, your race leader? Brian Fines in second. Nathan Big Arts in fourth. Robert Church in fifth. Church giving a little, hey, what are you doing? To the back bumper of Nathan. David Durand in sixth. Chris Justice in seventh. Fred Chase. Brandon Banks. David Steiner. A chance for these drivers to come in, get those tires worked on here. 64. We're just under halfway, or just over halfway through this race. I'm sorry, 112. So we're just over halfway. And there'll be a chance for fuel and tires for everybody. You do that, I'm going to eat some chicken. Right back.
Are you listening?
All right, we're getting ready to go green. Fifth caution of the race. Remember, aggressive goes around. New tires, Brian Rayburn takes the restart here. He came on a 48. A chance here for him to be able to do something. Brian Fine, Nathan Bigard up on the outside lane. Strickland's going to restart there on the bottom side. 5-5 to take over. Oh, man. Hammond, Brian Fine pushing up out of the corner. Here comes David Durand there on the bottom side. Oh, 4 wide. The 0-1. He's being super aggressive today. He put it 4 wide there in a spot he shouldn't have, but he makes it clean. Rayburn, the only driver that got any contact really out of it. He had to go to the wall for it. John Hammond, your race leader. David Durand sits in third. Stryker back in fifth. Stryker, if he just has a good finish here, it could be a top 10, and a regular season championship is his. Nathan Bigart does not have enough points. It does not have enough momentum here when it comes to stage points to take the regular season championship away from Michael Strickland. Stryker would have to finish outside the top 10, and Bigart would have to win the race. And if Stryker has just a good race right now and keeps it nice, cool, calm, and collected, he's got a regular season championship. But these are drivers. They're racers. They want to win. Also, Penguin had some good news. It's pretty darn cool. And that's Penguin's news to share, but hopefully he gets the chance to share it, whether it's here or on his stream when he streams next, from this awesomeness that he's got going on.
I'll share it here.
He's the luckiest man alive. That's what I'm going to say. Go ahead.
So I joined an RP server called Overkill, and I've been playing there and, just doing my thing, doing what I do. And they had a giveaway. Actually, they had 2 giveaways. One was a laptop, and the other one was a PC. The laptop they gave away about a month and a half ago or so. Tonight they gave away the PC, and I was the winner. My DMs went crazy all of a sudden. So I will do all the official stuff on Monday, and they will be shipping it out to me.
Which is pretty awesome. So, he's literally the luckiest guy in the world. And for those who don't know, I'm not going to share that. That's cool. But again, happy birthday to my boy.
You know what? Just tell him it's going to get out anyway.
Hey, Penguin's birthday's coming up. Just so everybody knows. And you know what that means? That means he needs to go live on his birthday. And when he goes live on his birthday, y'all need to flood him with all the extra energy and all the extra love that you can give to somebody. 0-1, up into the 5. I said this was going to happen. Ow, man. Oh, no.
Right when I was getting up to get a bottle of water, too.
Oh, man, Church. Oh, got creamed again. Oh, ow. Oh. Baji says congratulations. Larry says congratulations. Ow. Ow. Church is still rolling. How is he still rolling? Here's what happened. Church and Big Art leaning on each other. There's a little net code there. Big Art up out of the race line. Little net code forces the 5 up. 5 into the wall just a little bit. Comes down just a little bit to side draft. They're into each other. And the tires are rubbing. And the 0-1 poured. Oh, man, Nate just. Oh, no. And Dama, who's had an incredible race. No. Nate jumps to pit road. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. And Choo Choo says we're gonna We're gonna talk to you about send it to them later.
They're not. They might as well get in line. I've had about 5 people now.
I already gave my advice to Penguin, and that is he's going to keep it, and he's going to have the most killer stream out there, and have a GPU and a processor that's going to be able to do all the magical things that he wants, except wipe his butt.
Yeah, except wipe my butt. I wish it would.
Oh no. Not a good night for Stay Tuned Sports. You're the important one out of the 5, just saying. And that Penguin's pretty important.
No, I'm not. I'm just an average guy.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just an average guy that tries to help people out when he can.
Here's where it happened. Laraway, I think, was the driver. It happened up in front of him. Oh, he didn't see the checkup, went to the outside. I don't know if he saw the caution, missed the 9. No. Oh, yeah. I mean, that wasn't as bad. Hopefully he was able to get to pit road. Let me see. He jumped to pit road. Dama had to jump. No, Laraway had to. Dama's point of view. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. It's not very often that that Nate gets the oh man, it's not very often Nate gets the helicopter award. He's been running drivers close. He's been super aggressive, but I mean, you know, this is a track you can be super aggressive on. I mean, I don't know. That's good. I thought they were running good. Church was having a phenomenal night. Nate had some good rebounds right here. Bam! The student driver who was becoming the master had the grasshopper have an issue. Dang it. Whatever the words of that meant. I don't know. Churchy back to pit road. Eric Wegman on pit road again. He is lapped down. Nathan getting it worked on. See if he can get out there and keep some points here. Oh, yeah. I hate it for both of them. Church came down to run him hard. I think Church might have thought that when he was in the corner, he was a little closer. He probably had an incident point from the net code. Maybe came down just to try to run lower. Maybe not run the wall completely. They were leaning on each other, which I like. I think these cars should be able to lean on each other. However, I mean, you know, those things happen. Oh, Autoclub can be frustrating, but Autoclub's fun. I like this racetrack. I don't like it for a reason. And it's not going to come back. Stupid NASCAR. Anyway, 57558851. Chris Justice will be in 5th. '27 started the race. We have 13 drivers on the lead lap. That's just how much the car, when it goes, it goes. When the cautions happen, the cautions are going to happen. Ryan Rayburn came in on 74. Get a little extra fuel, maybe a little extra damage fixed, or he's doing what he can. Brad Dove making it happen. He's still got a little bit of nose damage, but he looks better. 109. I'm sorry, minute 9 seconds repaired. Mark Reschen, minute 13. He's last driver on the lead lap in 13th. 2 1/4 back, trying to keep that car rolling forward. Some of these drivers have just been innocent bystanders. You know what I mean? What do you think, Muscarella Motorsports, for giving us all our cautions each and every week? John Hamlin's going to be in second. I tell you what, Stryker seeing it happen. 3 wide behind him, though. Here comes Brandon Banks. Yeah. Hadun. 5 coming off pit road. Yeah. Oh, egg checkup. Giving it around on the outside. Chris Justice, his teammate, just behind him. 40. Looking to the inside. 5-1, trying to give a big push to Strickland here. Whoa, freeze him up into the John Hammond. Hammond. Oh, the 27 and the 63 go around. Anthony Crown over David Steiner. That outside lane, as well as it is. Ay, ay, ay. One more time. David just gets a run on him. John turns into the corner up there. You see the uno momento por favor. Time to illustrate. Yeah. You see, right here is Hammond. Right there is a 5-1. Clear that up. When this starts, boom, into the corner. Hammond comes down just a touch. Gets that right there. That checks this whole situation up. And then the outside linebacker makes the dive in here. Sees the block there. 63 has a run, goes to the inside, sweeping outside corner. And then next thing you know, this one goes around these two in the wall. Too funny. Not the wreck. The wreck sucks. But my football reference there was kind of funny, in my opinion. And let's look at it at speed so you guys can see what happened. Back it up just a touch. It's a bold move, Cotton. Yeah, 27 able to miss Justice, and then David Steiner just, and you just carry so much momentum. It's harder to get on the brakes than you know. So, man, Ryan Finder, race leader, John Hammond on pit road. Maybe getting the car worked on, not a bad idea. Mark Retchen's going to be on pit road as well, getting a little bit more taken care of. Mueller coming off pit road. I think Mueller's just coming in. Little touch-up work on the right front. Not bad. Hammond one more time. Yeah, he looks fine. His car looks fine. So hopefully everything's good with it. Anthony Crownover looks okay as well. We'll check on, I do believe, Mr. Steiner. He's in 8th. Really didn't have that much going on with him, so he just was able to back up in the corner. Lasted on 65, so he should be fine. Mark Retchet on pit road getting more taken care of. Derek Wegman there as well. Churchy, he's coming back around. He's got some right front damage still. What if he was the lucky dog? I don't know. Nate, getting more crinkles pulled out on that Monster Energy Ford Mustang. Seventh caution of the race. Thank you to Muscarella Motorsports for being our caution sponsor. Thank you to Stay Tuned Sports for being the pole sponsor for the Chop Shop Racing Series. Cautions are my thing. And I thank Musk for being out there. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody for tuning in each week. Thank you to Kiko to Lunatic for getting us counted down at green every week. Thank you to Chop Shop for sponsoring Signature Esports as well. A Chop It Up podcast, the biggest platform for the Chop Shop Racing Series, how you get to know the drivers, get to know the league. Stay Tuned Sports is how you get to know what's going on in the sports world. So check them out. Both of them on Spotify. You can find them on YouTube as well. Rich Murtaugh, PRS Setups, driving the Driving Academy. You want to check that out. Of course, PRSsetups.com. And, of course, Track Racer, Ball Status, B&B Music, Admin Box. Everybody that helps out Chop Shop, including a guy who's in my thoughts and prayers every night as he and his family go through some things. You know who you are out there. Big ol' R-Dub. Kaylee out there. What's up? Come on, Ray Ray. Rayburn in 7th. Rayburn just keeping it comfortable. And Jesse makes the best fried chicken that's gluten-free. Brian Fine, ready to go. Let's do it. Fine on the bottom side. Strickland up on the outside lane. Fred Chase with a big run here. Fred Chase 22.5 down on the iRacing here. 40 of Brandon Banks. Both sent with the 5-1 on the outside. These two tangled earlier. They're about to do it again. How about we see Mueller and company? There's Brad Dove. John Hammond. Working hard for his money right now. 31 seconds of damage to get repaired. We'll see Rayburn just ahead. Stryker dropping back just a little bit on the bottom side of the racetrack. We still have a lot of racing left. It should be fine for fuel. Just kind of by my calculations. It's a 1.5 mile racetrack. It is a great racetrack. 88 slides up to the 40. David Durant to the back bumper of Fred Chase. Nothing fancy with the Napa Auto Parts logo. Brian Fine rolling. 5-1, ripping the wall, the Larson line here at Autoclub. 94, very close to holding the wall. Let him go at it. Fred Chase to the inside. David Durand up on the outside. BBR coming in. That was your stream. Welcome in. Everybody listen to the old raid machine. Women Raiders, but it was Jason Century Sports at the platform. David Durant just ran the fastest lap. We're calling a regular season championship race here for the drivers as we get ready to be at the end. 94, a little wall tap out of the corner. 5-7, still trying to defend the defense here. Brian Fine's been good in this race. 94, right back to the back bumper. It's going to push him tight in the corner. David Durand. That's the thing, Fred Chase. He's had a great car, and he's been able to, ooh, man, Fred Chase. We'll see it get dicey here. David Durand right back to the back bumper, trying to slide back up. Had to fill in for a guy who had internet issues. Cool. That's the right way to do it. Chris Justice back to 6th. Brian Rayburn, he sits in 7th, up 17. Hammond, Brad Dove. There's David Steiner up on the outside lane. Dove up 18. Trying to be the biggest mover of the race. Fred Chase has that locked in. But John Hammond, who's been relative in the top 3 all night. It's going to be 3 wide with drivers here. And he's not raced around these drivers all night. He's been up inside that top 5. And so now he's having to navigate traffic and get himself out of the situation he's not seen yet. David Steiner, heavy right front damage. Tony Sanders in tow. Tony Sanders, after his issue very early in the race, is 24th now. He's been able to work his way back forward. So John Hammond to the back bumper, Chris Justice. These drivers are 2.5 back. Rayburn, who last came in on 74, might be just relegating some pace right now. Fred Chase, 25 laps to go as your race leader. I'm sorry, Brian Fine is your race leader. Fred Chase back to the outside bumper here. It's going to push him up to the wall, but Fred Chase will take over the lead. This is what I saw out of Brian Fine earlier. He's really good. He's been competitive, but he hasn't been able to manage keeping the lead and defending the line. 5-1, but he's still a lot better than I am. That's for darn sure. 24 laps to go. And Strickland, who's been managing his tires, managing the race line, he and Brandon Banks, same concept here. Just have to manage for the long haul. Fred Chase out front. 24 spots gained. Here comes David Arand. All right. I've been sitting here for a hot minute. I'm going to take a bite of chicken. We're going to take a little bit of time. Throw this bad boy on exciting. See where all the hard racing is. And I'll be right back in just a moment. All right, had to clear the sinuses and send off my boy. He's gonna have some fun. How about this battle for the lead? David Duran, Brian Fine, Fred Chase. They've kept each other close. Can Brian Fine close it back in? David Duran got a little free. I tell you what, Brian Fine has changed up the tone. He's going to shoot back to the inside. Strickland and Brandon Banks still in tow. John Hammond settling in here, 2.5 back. Needs the draft of those drivers ahead of him. 17 laps to go. And Brian Fine to the lead as David Duran soaks up this bottom side. Fred Chase there. Now Brian Fine down to pull the 94. I'm sorry, the 94 there to the bottom. Strickland trying to put his name in the hat here as well. 0.6 of a second difference here for Brandon Banks. He is kind of riding for the time being. John Hammond up 2. Brad Dove up 19. Having a much better night than what happened earlier. And Brian Rayburn sits in 8th right now. Strickland shooting to the outside. Brandon Banks there on the bottom. And these two now going for it. 5-1 back to the back bumper to the 88. 88 to the 40. It's go time. 15 laps to go. Brian Fine, quarter second. Banks to Strickland, door to door. That camera angle just is not the greatest. There we go. Let's just go back to this one. Down the back straightaway, 88 near the wall, 40 there to side draft. Brian Fine. Seeing these drivers close back in the gap. 88 to the bottom side. Able to turn into the corner, 5-7. See the 88, he's going to pinch him down. 88 has to get out of the throttle. 88 there to the bottom. Strickland's going to lose a little bit of time. He's going to try to slide up, does make it. 40's there to the outside. Big run for the 40 on the inside. Brandon Banks to the bottom. Brian Fine trying to deliver a defense. Can he do it? 88 right back into the mix. Going to give a shot to the... Oh, it's going to cross over. Banks will take the high side. Strickland with a run. Can Strickland clear? He's going to be able to clear here. He's going to be able to slide up the racetrack. Here comes Brandon Banks to the bottom side of the 5-7. 5-1. Now we're in a pickle as well. Michael Strickland. 14, now 13 to go. Trying to cap this one off with his 4th win of the season. Trying to hold on to what he has. Brandon Banks to the bottom side. 5-1 there on the back left quarter panel. Door to door, the 40 is saved. He and Strickland have saved. Strickland tries to break the draft. Maybe thought he was going to pull Brandon Banks. Now Brandon Banks will see Strickland carry him the corner. Stryker sliding up 40. Brandon Banks clears the 5-7. 5-7 left rear quarter panel. He's good. They clear up now. Brandon Banks quarter second to Strickland. 12 laps to go. Anthony Crownover, last driver in the lead lap. Seen the leaders come up. Got to make some things happen. Derek Wegman still out there racing. First driver a lap down, but Crownover getting close to being swallowed up here. Strickland quarter second to 3/10. A little bit of traffic back there. Brad Dove to David Steiner. Brian Rayburn. Chris Justice back there as well. Mike Mueller up 9. Mueller still with a little bit of right front damage, but holding on. John Hammond within 2 seconds of the top 5. As Strickland leads. Fred Chase up 20. He's had a phenomenal race. Might have burnt up some tire trying to get out there and stay out there. As Strickland and Brandon Banks go door to door. Brandon Banks will slide up behind the 88 on the back straightaway. Crownover able to maintain, but Hammond is closed in. With 11 laps to go, John Hammond able to run. The tire fall off has not really been as bad as we've seen at this racetrack. Right now, the 40 trying to get there. He'll cross over Michael Strickland. He's going to stay high. 88 trying to turn into the corner. 40's there. And Brandon Banks takes the lane away from Michael Strickland. Strickland will have that run again. We'll get right back to the back bumper. And we'll do the same thing. We'll have a big enough run here. Fred Chase at the bottom side. Strickland will be able to turn into the corner and be able to drive up. Brandon Banks will have a low-line crossover. He's going to have a good run on the front straightaway, but Strickland has got to maintain. Does not want to give up that outside lane. That's where all the speed is right now. And John Hammond, 2 seconds the gap. Fred Chase side by side with he. So a top 5 night for John Hammond. He's going to be able to turn the corner here. But he's got to be able to clear the 94. He's going to be able to right there. 94 right back to the back bumper. John Hammond down to pull Fred Chase. Needs that gap to close in. 2 1/4 as Strickland tries to hold on here at Autoclub. Strickland, Banks, Brian Fine. The racing, once it got all nice and fancy and cleaned up, has turned into some pretty dang old banger racing right now as Brandon Banks holds on to the bottom side. Strickland able to rip the wall. And the gap still within 15th of each other. John Hammond on the bottom side of the racetrack trying to get rid of Fred Chase, who's been able to run the outside lane. And John Hammond trying to go back to it, 2 1/4. Strickland to Banks, Strickland to the bottom side. 7 laps to go. Strickland changing the lineup here. And we'll see if he's going to manage the outside lane. Brandon Banks closes in. Going to pull Brian Fine. Brian Fine with a big run off the corner. And Strickland able to hold on to the outside lane. We'll see Derek Wegman just ahead. Michael Strickland, no stranger to trying to get a winner this series. He had a bad fast car in the long run all night. And right now, trying to hold off Brandon Banks. Brandon Banks maybe saving a little bit of tire to have one more shot at this with 6 laps to go. Brian Fine, half second. Strickland able to hold on to the draft of Wegman in front of him. And tries to extend that gap one more time. John Hammond closing in, a David Duran behind, 1.6 back for the 5-1. Strickland to the bottom side of the racetrack. Brandon Banks going to have a run here on quarter exit. Strickland to the 40. 40 down to the bottom. Quarter second now, the gap. Banks able to hold on. Banks is going to turn to the inside. Chance for a slider here. Can he slide up out of the corner? Banks is going to try. Does he have the drive? Strickland right back to the back bumper. Crossover again. Strickland one more time into the corner. He's going to have to run a little bit harder. As Brandon Banks down to deliver the defense. 88 up out of the corner. 40 up high, 88 there as well. They'll be door to door. 4 to go. Strickland has enough time. Brian Fine has enough time. Strickland will run it high. Try to drop the corner. Throttle up for the 88. Will be door to door. 40 up near the wall. 88 gives a little bit of gap. Right now, he needs to be able to drop into the corner. He gave a lot of room to Strickland there. Or to Strickland gave a lot of room to Banks there. Going to back out of the throttle. And Brandon Banks with 3 laps to go. Your new race leader all the way to the bottom side of the racetrack. Strickland, Brian Fine now in tow. 40 quarter second. Strickland under fire from Brian Fine on the bottom side. Strickland wants this. He's got to settle in. He's got to chase him back down. Brandon Banks, the bottom side of the racetrack. We'll see the run from Strickland. Strickland back to the outside. Second lane run in for Michael Strickland. Clean air important, but the run is on. Top three, about John Hammond. 2 seconds, the gap's got around David Arand. And right now, the battle is there. 40 to the bottom side. Strickland way up high. Brian Fine trying to clear Strickland. And right now, Brandon Banks able to pull away from them. Brian Fine pulling the air off the 88. Down to the bottom side they go. '88 will have one more attempt at it, and so will Brian Fine. Brandon Banks, quarter-second lead, final lap in the regular season for the Chop Shop Racing Cup Series. And Brandon Banks, he said he was here for wins. Been able to do so. He has a good enough gap right now that Strickland would need a miracle here to be able to make it happen. Brandon Banks, quarter second. He'll do it. He'll clear it. He'll be fine. Brandon Banks going to be your winner here at Auto Club. Michael Strickland finishes second. Brian Fine third. Stryker just needed to have a good race, and he had a phenomenal one. Had a shot to win it, trying to hold off Brandon Banks. Was able to hold off Brian Fine. John Hammond rebounds to fourth. David Durand in fifth. Fred Chase and Brad Dove, your biggest movers of the race. Brad Dove, not barring any contact tonight, but was able to rebound his night. So a big shout out to Dove for actually having a good race tonight. And a great job for him. Rayburn right behind him as well. David Steiner, then Brian Rayburn. And then Chris Justice, your top 10. So Brandon Banks gets the win. He'll celebrate. No doubt, be able to look at it.
Y arriba yo, mi papá.
You're not allowed to do the striker. Their VBR. Stryker should be your regular season champion. He'll finish second over Brandon Banks. Behind Brandon Banks, Brian Fine in third. John Hammond, David Arand, your top 5. Fred Chase, Brad Dove, David Steiner, Brian Rayburn, Chris Justice, your top 10. Mueller, Wretch, and Crown over Wegman. Then Church, Clint Hackett, Jerry Culver, Brock Duty through 18. I'm taking it out. So what's going to happen is I'm going to disable sound effects whenever I'm reading off something important. I think I'm going to put a button up for that. Yeah, we're going to do that. That's going to happen. Rest of your race results here. Craig Bridge Jr., Tony Sanders through 20th. Big Art will finish 21st. Adam Dama, Michael Caffrey, Jeff Laraway, Pat Green, Michael Matta, Jim Casterline having the early issues. Man, oh man. All right. Let's talk to your race winner. Brandon Banks comes home in victory lane tonight. Great battle between you and Stryker there at the end. Once you got clean air, just able to dictate the way that you have to hold this line and hold off drivers.
Yeah, it was real important tonight. Had pretty much just tried to run a conservative race. Didn't really want to. I know these guys are kind of going into the playoffs here, and just trying to take my time and not really do anything stupid and mess anybody up or anything. I think me and David got together at one point there about halfway through the race. I'd have to go back and look. I don't know if it was me or him. Probably me. I apologize for it if it messed him up. I don't think it did, but yeah, the clean air was just really important. Just try to keep as much on the nose as you could so that the thing would turn. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I said the guys up front, man, they were running really clean, and it's really fun when you can actually come in here and do that.
Sorry, man, I think I'm getting Penguin's horse throat here. It's weird. He wasn't feeling too good, and now all of a
Grab that
sudden,
lemon water, Jason.
yeah, I've got it.
Okay.
I've got it. Hold on, folks. Give me a second. He knows me too well.
Mhm.
What has it been? 5 years, and I've had to do the same thing for how long? Um, I tell you what, this was an exciting race to call. I mean, I know we had some cautions. I knew that, but this track, and this is why I'm going to miss this track. I know you and I have had this conversation before, but this is going to be the track that I'm going to miss because of just how it races. I mean, Homestead is fun. It is a great track, but Autoclub just has so many different defensive lines, and because of how aero dependent these cars are, it just keeps everything close.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite tracks, man. Like I said, I love to be able to come here and race this thing. Really sucks that it went away. But as long as we can keep racing it out here, I'm good to go. But yeah, it's a tough track. I said it's a lot of lines. You can run a lot of different ways around here. I had Lawson Pill over there with me in Discord, and he's really good here, and he keeps freaking run this line. You're doing this wrong. You're doing this wrong, and I'm like, I'm trying, man. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. Striker's always hard to beat here. I know Nathan usually is too. I'm not sure what happened to him. I think he got in a wreck or something. But yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody, coming out and watching us and stuff. It's always a lot of fun to come in here and race with these guys.
I think one of the best things about racing on a Friday night, and the fields are big enough to one, make it interesting. But I said it earlier in the race. We talked about it last week. You're here for wins. That's what you're here for, and you're starting to figure this car out.
Yeah, like I said, that's the main reason why I'm in here. Is just I got a couple other leagues I've been running this car in, just trying to figure it out. And I feel like honestly, just the best thing is just more and more seat time. Just getting in here every night, and just trying to run it, and just get comfortable with it. So it seems to be working. We've won a couple times in here against some pretty good competition. So enjoy that. It's definitely a lot of fun to race with these guys. Like I said, I just appreciate them letting me come in here halfway through the season and trusting that I'm not gonna screw up anybody and things like that, and just being able to come in here and get a little practice in.
Well, it is back to back. That's what it is. It's back to back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah, last week was handed to me there, but yeah, I'll take them, man. Anytime I can get them.
Well, you're in this one. Last week, Striker ran out of gas. You this week, you got to race some mano a mano, and on a similar style track too. Chicagoland kind of runs a similar way. It's not quite as wide, but this from Chicagoland to Auto Club. I mean, probably two of the raciest tracks that you're going to get.
Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty decent here in the long run. I felt like if we could get at least 20, 25 laps on the tires there, I could start to really see the difference. And it kind of shined there at the end. I just was really sitting there about fourth or fifth there in line, just hoping we could kind of break away and get it long there. And I felt like if I could just get up there and get some track position right there at the end and get some clean air to the nose, I didn't think any of them probably could beat me at that point. So that was the whole goal. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Those guys are awesome out there. They race you clean, and it's nice when you can run door to door with them that close and trust that you can get through the corner and have a good race. So appreciate them too.
Always a ton of fun to get the chance to roll out there. I will tell you, Nate was out there, said phenomenal job.
Yeah.
Good things, right? Good things.
Yeah. At least we could get one this week, because next week I'm sure we'll just be following him around. It's a road course, isn't it, I believe? So.
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll just be following Nathan around, seeing who can finish second. So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Appreciate all my DBR teammates and you for putting this thing on. It's a lot of fun. Striker, the Chopp'N It Up Cup series, just everybody in general that come out and watch us and stuff. Just appreciate everybody, and thanks for them letting me race there. It's a lot of fun. And we'll come in here next week and just try to keep it on the track, because I love road courses. So we'll do what we can do.
I tell you what, at least it's Watkins Glen.
Yeah. I'm not bad there. I'm just not Nathan. I mean, I don't believe anybody is.
Well,
he's awesome at these things. So I think he's
and
gonna run away with it.
in this car, you got Steiner, and you've got Caffrey as well. So,
Yeah,
like,
they're pretty good. They're
yeah,
pretty good too.
yeah,
I mean, there's some really good road course guys in here. I mean, if I can finish top 10 next week, I'll
you'd be
that's a
happy.
win in my book. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Keeping it on the track is winning mine. All right.
yes sir.
Mr. Banks, I appreciate you as always. We're looking forward to some truck racing here in a couple of weeks as well. So much happening, and good luck at the rest of your races this week, man.
All right, man. Thank you.
That's Brandon Banks, your race winner. He knocks it out of the park. Before we get to Striker, we're going to talk to Mr. Brian Fine, who finishes third tonight, and has a day where, I thought you had a great car to be able to make passes. It's just being able to hold these guys off and do what you could to do so. Tough race, but up 15 spots. Great movement, able to hold the outside lane. But man, oh man, was it tough to keep these guys at bay.
Yeah, thanks, man. These guys here in the Chop It Up series are really good drivers. It's made my racing a lot better with running with these guys. Lots of clean racing, lots of banging with each other. We're getting there. We're getting close.
I think you're there. I thought you were going to let them duke it out and start saving a little bit there, because I mean, man, you guys were running really hard and trying to be, especially there towards the end of the, after we got that last caution, we kind of stretched things out again. You guys were, I mean, you were running hard. I was like, all right, you settle back, first, second, you were there with Fred Chase, and once that all cleared out, I saw you sitting around third, fourth, and man, maybe he's backing up this car. Maybe he's going to have a run at the end. What'd you need at the end? I think that was the big thing. What did you need at the end to make this one kind of, to make them come back to you so that way you could, try that last lap pass, or try to do something there at the end?
I mean, it could be, multiple things, race mistake by them. There were a couple times they got into each other.
Mm-hmm.
I sucked up to them pretty well. I was starting to lean back a little bit and try to make a late race charge. I can't remember if it was Brandon or Strickland. I got right behind their rear bumper, and that thing got so aerotight. It just heated up the right front tire, and there was nothing I can do besides, sit there. A mistake or something like that. But, running with these guys in this league, the mistakes are minimal. You make a mistake, you're going backwards. And, I made a mistake tonight.
Nah, you didn't make a mistake. They were just swarming you. It's so hard. Clean air is important, but it's so hard to keep clean air. And there are drivers out there that can defend a line like this, because this is so much different than like super speedways, right? And it's different than what we ran last week at Chicagoland. This you can defend 90 different ways, and it's finding your way of defending that I think was the piece de resistance, because you ran a phenomenal race outside of just, how do we hold these guys off?
Just go back, look at notes, and just get better at it, man. I mean, that's all I could do. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better car tonight. The crew over here on the Mag 57 Gold Bulldog did wonderful tonight. Topside was wonderful at the beginning of the race. Started to lean towards the bottom. I think I should have went to the top a little later like Strickland, but I was afraid to burn the right rear off. When you burn that right rear, it was, you better hold on or the wall's coming.
It's the Larson line for a reason. I love that. I'm going to miss this track more than you know.
Oh yeah, trust me. I mean, I love running the high line. That's why I run the 57. That Paul Silva 57 sprint car. I'm a dirt guy. Throw it up next to the wall like Reddick and Larson, and let's get after it.
I like it. Brian, you had a phenomenal race tonight. And nothing wrong with P3. A big hard charge, able to keep it, able to able to maintain, and I think I like it. Thank you for running the driver cam as always. You're pretty consistent. Usually my first one on now. So these guys need to learn a thing or two from you.
Well, at least that's good. I know last week I was looking at the broadcast, and next time I think I'll hang a sign about right here with my name, because I think you forgot my name last time. But
I did.
Hey, it's all good. I still love you.
No, I did. I was like, man, oh man, I don't want to click on the wrong person and show a car and not be. I'd rather admit my fault, right? And say, look, I'm sorry. I'll go back and look at it. And then at the end of the race, I'm like, it's Brian. It's Brian. I was like, no. Tonight we just focused on hit your marks, and it's good. Oh, I got you now. Plus, what's going to really keep my mind on it is the fact that your VR goggles have googly eyes on it. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's a deal from years ago, but I'm glad that's a good reminder for you.
Yeah, no, we got you now. Brian, congratulations, man. This was a ton of fun to watch, a ton of fun to call. And a P3 tonight, man. Give your shout outs. It was a ton of fun, man.
Shout out to the wife and the daughter. Let me come out, play with the boys. You guys up in the booth. Penguin, I'm sorry. I forgot to call 2 to go. My fault. Still love you. Hopefully you get better. The league, Chop It Up, all the guys in the league, all my great sponsors. I've got a case full of fine beer I'm going to go drink now.
I like it. Brian, enjoy your night. Have a great weekend, brother.
See you, man.
That is Brian the Man Fine coming home P3 tonight as, yeah, I did forget his name last week. Sorry, folks. I'll admit it. Oh, and last but not least, he finishes P2 tonight, but by my abacus, you should be, and I mean should be, because you really didn't have any issues tonight, you should be the regular season champion for the Cup Series, the Chopp'N Up Cup Series here for this fantastic Chop Shop Racing. Michael Strickland, man, oh man, we were all willing you on. Even Budgie was willing you on, and Budgie's usually a Nate fan. So let's celebrate to you, man. P2 tonight, fantastic race. You and Brandon putting on a show at the end.
Man, that was fun. I mean, I hope it was just as fun viewing it as much as it was just being around Banks, and it's not just Banks. It was actually a couple of guys up there. They were all running awesome. The racing was awesome. It came down to me and Banks there at the end, and I knew it. I knew he was sandbagging behind me there for a couple of laps. He was just kind of hanging back there while I think it was Fine and Durant and myself kind of mixed it up. So he did a great job, man. The dude's fast, and if he saves better than you, and you're going to be in trouble. So tonight was one of those nights. I think the car was awesome. I think I could have probably set up another run if I had maybe another lap or two. Once those tires started to wear, it took about 2 laps or 3 laps for me to get a good run on somebody and make the pass. But he got around me, and Mr. Banks won again.
I know.
This time, yeah.
He went back to
this
back.
time I didn't run out of gas.
Yeah, he's like, last week he handed it to me, and I was like, I know, but still, a win's a win. A win is, and for him, he was running P2 last week. I mean, these are similar tracks. We run Chicagoland, run Autoclub. One's bigger than the other, and but this track is just so much fun. Just to be able to find yourself a line that just kind of is manageable. And I think that was the thing tonight, watching you early on. You didn't really start setting it to the high side fully or commit to the high side fully until you had 15 laps on your tires.
I was just trying to go where no one else was going. And the line that I was running, there wasn't a lot of guys running it consistently. They would move around. Everybody was trying to find room. So most of the guys, since they were shuffling around, I had the opportunity to try to run the bottom, stay away, get some clean air. So I wasn't too bothered by aero push like some of the other guys were suffering. And then when I started to move up front and the guys started, once we have, let's say, just like you said, about 15 laps on those tires, it starts moving up. So unless you save plenty of tire, it's going to be tough to pass in the bottom. So most of us are going to migrate up top. And in the clean air, I ran, I think those last 12 laps or so, 1 and 2 up on that high side. I honestly didn't think it would hold for that entire time frame. It did. Probably wasn't the right move, but like I said, this Autoclub has so many different lanes that you can take. I just probably chose the longest way around, but it was giving me hellacious runs up there.
I mean, it also allowed you to defend for quite a while, and I think that's one of the best parts about racing here is the defense, and it keeps as much as we try to bounce back and forth when the racing is that intense. It's like super speedway racing. You kind of just keep it to the front and see what happens in the back. That's what happens here. You know, we had good racing throughout the entire racetrack. And the top 5 was the big blanket tonight of who was going to do what, and who was going to be there at the end, because even the top 5 changed, and there was always a gap from 5th to 6th or 6th to 7th that was relative enough there. And watching John charge back forward, that was really cool to watch him happen there. But I mean, legitimate laps led, and legitimate consistency out of you all season long. I mean, the 3 wins matter, and a regular season championship is still the cool. It's the cat's meow.
You know, I'll take it. It'll be, I tip my cap to all these drivers in here. They're phenomenal. Every week coming out here trying to outrace these guys. It's tough. We got a lot of really good guys, just like everybody, states that comes up in here. But it's, we got just a good core group of guys. They're all fast. We try to give as much room as we possibly can. But when it comes time to race, everybody's going to race hard. And that's exactly what happened tonight. I think, honestly, I saw at least 15 cars up there up front, banging, swinging, 4 wide, 2 wide, slider moves, doing everything that they possibly can to stay up there. We got a little long run there at the end, which kind of thinned out the herd. And, Banks fine. Durant was up there. Fred Chase was up there at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he showed. I was like, where's this guy coming from? But, man, was he driving his butt off. Just do good. He kind of fell off there towards the end, but damn, he was doing a hell of a job. But all in all, like I said, everybody does a great job in this series. Winning a regular season championship is awesome, but the true goal, what I got to do get to the mountain is win this playoff championship. Those are going to come hard because it's not about consistency. That's how you get these regular season championships. It's consistent. I probably got more top 5s or so than the other guys, and that's probably what pushed me over the threshold. And then Nate had some trouble earlier today, which obviously hurt his chances. But any day you can finish ahead of Nate and Banks and Fine and Hammond and Durant and Justice in the points is always a good day. So I'm happy about that.
And it's always about making it last. And I have good feelers this year. I don't know. But we have playoffs starting next week. I believe next week. Yeah, we take, is it next week or is it the weekend? Hold on, now I gotta look because I'm always doing this at the end of the damn races.
We might be off, I think, this coming Friday.
Let me look. Is it Easter week? No, we're not.
No, we're
racing.
Are we racing?
We're racing.
Okay, well, I guess we're racing.
We're going to Watkins Glen.
Road course, I believe.
Yeah, Watkins Glen, and then we're off for the 25th. So,
throw a little wrench in there, starting the playoffs. Let's go to a road course. Anything can happen. You never know. I know everybody's, in Vegas is betting that 01 to take that checkered, but you never know.
I think there's a lot more eggs in that basket than people give people credit for. I agree.
Well, the intensity kicks up. The lights are on. Everybody's going to start picking up the pace. Those moves that you had earlier in the season might, that little gap might not be there anymore. Stuff like that. So like I'm saying, things happen. Tonight actually showed a little bit of that. A lot of these guys everybody was racing relatively clean, but some of those gaps, they were closing real quick. Nobody was letting you slide in them. So I'm expecting that to progress and continue. as we go through the playoffs. Road course racing is going to be fun, a little bit different to start off the season, but all in all, I think it's going to put on a good show. And I mean, there's going to be a lot of cars you probably don't see up front normally on an oval series because we do have some road course stringers.
Yeah, I was mentioning those in a prior interview, and I have my thoughts on who I would put money on. That's just kind of the way that one goes. Then we go to New Atlanta on May 2nd, and then Homestead, Miami to round out the first round. It's going to be different styles of racing. We're going to go road course, super speedway, and then my favorite
Mile and a half.
Mr. Homestead, Miami. The best championship track out there, and we're going back here in 2026. Pretty stinking excited about that. It's awesome. We're going to Vegas in 2027. It's going to be awesome, and then we'll go back to Phoenix. That's the way it goes. I think that should be the rotation. Rotate them.
Who knows what NASCAR thinks, but you're dead on when it's a phenomenal track. Probably the best championship race you can have is usually there. It runs similar to what we just ran tonight.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of grip, a lot of grooves. Mile and a half ringers like Brandon Banks. You're going to see them shine. So it'll be fun.
It'll be good. But you had a phenomenal race tonight. Striker, P2, regular season championship in the books. On to the playoffs. Give shout outs, man.
Yeah, thank you, Signature Esports, for a wonderful season. I think this is our 4th season in the Chopp'N Up Cup Series. You've been with us pretty much 75% of the time. We appreciate that. Continuing our success, we're going to keep pushing forward with the season that's currently in hand. Thank you very much. And then anybody that's out there that's rooting me on, I know there's some new names out there. I check when some of these chats and stuff like that. So if you guys are out there rooting any other drivers on, they like going in there and checking them because I do. They say don't read the comments, but I read the comments. So if you guys are out there rooting me on, I appreciate that. I know Robert Van Ness just joined our truck series, and he's probably my biggest advocate out there. Friends, family, wife, kids, love you, appreciate you guys, and let's go to this. Let's go win a championship. I want to be called back. No, 2-time. I want to hear some 2-time.
You would be 2-time
when you introduce me. So yeah, so let's do some of that. It's gonna be tough. I know Nate's mad. That boy's gonna come out tough. So we're gonna and it's not just him. Chris Justice, David Durant. Who we got over there? Crown over.
Oh yeah.
There's a bunch of them. These guys are all gonna be fast at the end. Caffrey, I think he made it. So everybody, let's have a great season. Thank you for showing up, having a great time. Chopp'N Up Cup Series is our main sponsor here. I want to give a shout out to Ryan. He hasn't been with us for the last couple of days. We're thinking of you, buddy. Hopefully you come back soon, hang out with us. Other than that, man, we just want to thank everybody. Appreciate it. We'll see you at a road course in the next coming days. Oh, sorry, last one. All the admins, John, Church, Jerry. Who am I missing? Robert, Mark. 2 Marks, Mark and Mark. And we wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. And Brian Rayburn, man's a magician. He'll spend 24 hours, 7 days a week practicing with us. So we appreciate that. You're awesome. So we'll catch you next week.
Striker, much love. We'll see you. Are you admitting tomorrow, or have you passed that off to Nate again?
Not sure. They'll probably grab it. So it'll probably be Nate and John.
I like it. Well, enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you next week. Or we'll see you.
Oh, I didn't say Nate. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nate, thank you for everything you do. He's an admin, so if I don't say that, he'll be mad. Later, guys. Catch you next week.
It's Striker coming on P2, and throw you down. Oh, I love it. I couldn't throw them all the way down into the other voice channel. So, but Striker is your Chop Cup Series regular season champion. Just by the numbers, by the long stretch of everything that goes on there. Phenomenal season. Nate had 7 wins in this season, and it's very tough to beat. He's probably one of, if not the best driver that you're going to see out there, and we'd love to see it. And we appreciate everybody that's out there. Nate was We talk about aggression. I thought Nate was super aggressive tonight. He was putting it in places, and then that's what you got to do. You know, sometimes you got to do that to be able to win. And I thought it was great racing. I know that contact's going to happen, and I called it when I was sitting and talking to Penguin on one of my hydrate breaks. I said, "Man, if Nate's not careful, something's going to happen," and I called it. I hate it for him and I hate it for Church because they were literally door to door, and that's the kind of racing you want to see. You want to see door to door racing. You want to see him be able to touch and wiggle and be able to drive into the corner, right? And then all of a sudden, bam, more bams. But it was a good race. I liked it. Congratulations to Banks on the win. Striker deserves a ton of credit, though. He has been very consistent each week and very much in the hunt when it comes to a second championship here for the Cup Series. And I have yet to see, so the season that Stryker won his championship is the only season that I have not called the Cup Series. And I'm looking to see it happen. You know what I mean? Want to see it happen. But anybody else has a good enough shot to do it as well. So round of 16 begins next week at Watkins Glen. That is going to be a ton of fun. And I'm excited to see that race fly by, because those lap times are going to be fast. These drivers are going to be amazing. And, as always, we love to see it. So much love to the Chopp'N It podcast, Chop Shop Racing, of course, Pura Setups, Richard Bertov, Racing Driving Academy, of course, Admin Box, Ball Status, B&B Music, Track Racer, and of course, Stay Tuned Sports for being the Pole Award here in this series. Thank you to the admins. Thank you to all the friends, family, and just everybody holding on. Man, I thought Hammond was going to get a win out here today, too. He was doing really well. Had a great rebound, just couldn't get around traffic. Tire fall off, and when these tires level off, it's literally about cooling it back down and trying to run back at it again. So clean air is important. But still, a great race, a great night. Folks, we love y'all. Thank you, Budgie. You're amazing. We'll do some day streaming tomorrow after I run some errands. Happy birthday to my son, Austin. I didn't get to say too much to him because we had the broadcast, and was able to at least well wish him. And he's going to be off to the big city this weekend, and hopefully he can catch a Cardinals game like we've always talked about with him on his own. And thinking of my family, thinking of my sponsors, Muscular Motorsports, Lunatic Designs, Chop Shop Racing, and of course, thank you to all of you for being out there, continue to support what we do to be able to make these leagues great. I want to preface that because the leagues make the broadcast. The broadcast shows these leagues. It's my job to tell a story, and it's my job to not consider this a job. I know I get paid for it, but it's so much more than that. So I want to thank you guys for really making this what it's been. We're going to be celebrating our 5th year coming up in May. Probably just celebrate the entirety of May. Our first unofficial broadcast was like 4/17, I think. So like in what would be 6 days, but that was just with somebody else as a favor. And then a couple of weeks later, we were officially 5 years. So we're going to be officially 5 years very soon. And I want to thank all of the support for every driver that's ever jumped in and continued to make us what we are. I will continue to strive to get better, and we will do more to just make this the best experience it can possibly be. So thank you all very much. Much love to you all. Thank you to Chop Shop. We'll see you tomorrow for the Xfinity Series tomorrow night. It's going to be awesome. I think they're at Texas. And then Sunday, we have the Sunday Fun Day Series and a little dirt racing. App is coming back on Sundays as well. There's going to be we're going to have 3 streams on Sundays coming up very soon. So it's going to be amazing. Just all the stuff. Zuzu, Def, congrats. Love watching every time. Thank you very much. Continue the growth and definitely continue coming back. Thank you, Zuzu. I appreciate you. Thank you all very much. And I'd like to be able to continue to keep our stream at the end on Twitch so we can raid people out. You know what I mean? Because I think, sending people out and communicating that way is super cool. So thank you, Twitch. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. 88 is the champ. Woohoo striker from Mr. Van Ness. Thank you to Nate Goodwood Banks, of course. Good job, guys. Y'all did great. Thank you, Kaylee, of course. Get it 88. Think you got everybody. Let's go 5-5 to the 88 and the Golden Ratchet. Love it. Thank you, VBR, for the raid again. Thank you to all the dude likes and the follows, and thank you for all the stars on Facebook. Thank you for the bits and the subs. You're all amazing. Keep being legends. That's why I say keep being legends. Much love to the VBR. Let's raid you out on... let's raid you out there to somebody. Who we're raiding you out to? Anybody? Somebody who's just getting going. Uptime. You got some people out there. I don't know who to send you to. Is there anybody I'm following out there? I'm trying to send you to somebody I know. We'll send you to Big Duke. He's always a ton of fun. See you guys. Sorry, Baji. I know that sometimes I can't send you to Big Duke, but there you go. Be good. Go have some fun.